Hey guys, hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my channel to all my new subscribers. Hello, thank you for stopping by. My name is Miriam. I am so happy to have you guys here. In today's video, I would be talking about my old books. Not just my books, like the books we have in my house, in our library, most of the books we have in the library. Some are mine, some are my sisters, some they were for my dad. So I cannot wait for you guys to see all the books I have here. I have stacks of books here. And let's just get right into the video. First book I would be starting with is this book, Half of a Yellow Sun. Half of a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I read this book, wow, this book was since 2015. This is my sister's book actually. Wow. I read this book a very long time. This is one story I know I enjoyed. And in the book, hold on, let me remember. I know there are two sisters. There's Kanina and her sister. But at the end, they never saw Kanina. I wish we got to know where she was. Did she die? Did she survive? I don't know. So, well, this is one good book I would like you guys. It's mostly set during the Civil War. Yes, there was a civil war in Nigeria and so many people were affected. So this is like a historical fiction because it actually happened, but then the story is fiction because the story didn't actually happen, but then the events are real. So this is a very, very nice book that if you haven't read this book by Chimamanda, you really should check this book out. It's a very good book. It's actually not much. It's about, let me see. Wow, it's about 522 pages. It's said here, it's about 522 pages. But it's a good book that you should really check out. The next book I have here is Americana by Chimamanda. But this was actually mine. This is my book. I actually wrote my name. I don't know. Can you guys? Oh my god. Okay, maybe you guys can see my name. If you haven't read Americana yet by Chimamanda, it's actually not. Oh wow, it's actually much. It's also about 500 pages. Yep, it's about 539 pages. Not too long, but this is also a good book you really need to check out. Chimamanda has really good books. The next book I have is The Thing Around Your Neck by Chimamanda. We are really big fans of Chimamanda in this house. We also have Purple Hibiscus. I don't know where that book is. I didn't see it, but I know we have that book. This one is also my sister's book. Yeah, since 2015. I think my dad got them together with Half of a Yellow Sun. So yeah, The Thing Around Your Neck is also a very good book that you guys should read. I can't even remember the story. I have a hazy memory about the book, but it's a good book you really need to check out. Maybe someday I will read the book again because I seem to have forgotten the story, but it's a good book. You should read it. So another book I have here is, wow, we have this book. Dan Brown. This book is by Dan Brown. It's called Angels and Demons. Can you guys see? I don't even know who have this book in this house. There is no name. So we don't know, but I think I was the one that brought this book. I don't even know. It's funny how I've never read this book. And this book has been sitting in our library for a very, very, very long time. And I have not read it. Maybe one day I'll try and read it. So now I'm going to, this section that I'm about to go to now is for the old books, the really old books. And I would be starting with Magic Army by Leslie Thomas. I read this book in 2019. This is my dad's book. We had this book a very, very long time, but I never got to read. Maybe because, I don't know. I don't even know why, but then I wasn't ready yet. I wasn't mentally ready to read the book. And so in 2019, I remember I took the book with me and I read it. It was set during the World War. I think it should be during the Second World War. Yeah, during the Second World War. written by Lily Thomas. I like the book. It's funny, the humor, I love it. So mostly about the soldier's story during the World War. It's a British book, so what British soldiers during the World War. And I can't remember the book, but I know it was a good book, and I know I had fun reading the book. So the next book is, oh my god, this book is The Bride Prize. Can you see how old this book is? It's The Bride Prize by Bucci and Macheta. This is one of the first books I read. I can remember. This is my dad's book, by the way. I can remember this book has been sitting in our library for a very long time. And then I read this, I think it should be before my SS3. That was when I read this book. I read it probably maybe my SS1, SS2. That was when I read this book. And since then, I loved Bucci and Macheta. She's a Nigerian author, by the way. If I did something, I wrote something about her life. All I can remember is the first script she wrote for her book. Her husband burnt it. I can actually remember that one. And then the things I can't remember. But this is one of those books that I enjoyed reading. I can remember the story of, I think, the main character. She was married up to someone. Oh yeah, Akuna. Yes, I think because like since she first saw her period, they just like wanted to marry her off. And many stories. Ooh, I can't remember. But I know I enjoyed reading this book. I had lots of fun reading this book. Then we have, oh my god, Emma by Jane Austen. Do you guys know I haven't read this book? And it has been in our library for a very long time. And we also have this popular book of hers, Pride and Prejudice. Yes, that was my dad's copy. I took it to school. My friend borrowed this book. She never gave me back. And I don't even know what happened. I didn't ask her for the book. All I know is I lost that book. I didn't even read the book. I didn't even get to read that book, and I lost it. And I'm really pained. But this book, I haven't even read it. It's Emma by Jane Austen. One day I will actually read this book. I will. I promise. One day. So, another book here is Animal Farm by George Orwell. Can you guys see how old this book is? This is my dad's copy. This is one book I read that, oh my god, do you know how, okay, so at the end of the book, Snowball left the farm. I was so in love with all the characters. I was really in love with the characters that I wish somehow Snowball came back because he had good plans for those animals, but then he left. At some point, I was like, wait, should I actually write a letter to George? Okay, although George is dead, but should I write a letter to him so that I can help him complete the book? Because I'm someone that I really, if I want a story, I don't know, I just feel, don't leave me hanging. I know most times authors leave the book the way they want to leave the book because they feel, yeah, it should end like this. I know not all books have good endings, but can you please try to not leave me hanging? So I really wish George Orwell was alive. I would have written him a letter to please complete the book for me. Because even this short story, Zikora by Chimamanda, I'm actually planning on writing her a letter so that she would complete the book for me. It's a short story, but then she left me hanging. I want to know how the story would end. So also with this book, I love this book. I've read this book about 3 times, and I feel like reading this book again. I will actually try and read this book. I'm going to keep this book in my room so that I can actually read this book. This is my dad's copy, by the way. So this other book we have is Nick Carter. Okay, this is an old book. Oh my god, this is Nick Carter. All I know is a trailer, but I can't remember what happened to the book. This is my dad's book. It's old. It's really old. But the next book here is No Longer at Ease by I want to say Chimamanda. By Chinua Achebe. This is a good book. This book, I remember my dad bought me this book. I took it to camp. This is my copy. Yes, 2018. I was in camp in 2018. I took this book to camp. So there's this girl in camp. She was calling me novella because I was always reading books. So Although I have a hazy memory about this book, but I know I really enjoyed it. This is about to fall. I know it's a good read, but I can't remember the story. But you really should check this book out. So the next book I have is Ant Hills of the Savannah by Chimamanda. Why am I always saying Chimamanda? By Chinua Achebe is another book. You guys should check. This book was bought, oh my god, 2015. This is my copy. This is mine. 2015 is a good book. Okay, all the books are falling down. So this is one book I know I enjoyed reading when I was little. Is The African Night Entertainment. Oh my god, I love this book. God, this book was written by Cyprian Equensi. I love. I know I enjoyed the story, and my dad made me to enjoy this. This is my dad's copy. He made me to enjoy the story. Oh my god, I know. The main character was supposed to get married to Zainabu, then she left to marry another guy, another man, and so he wanted his revenge. He traveled to get his revenge, stuff like that. Oh my god, this is a short book, and I will definitely reread this book right now. After the book I'm reading right now, I'm going to read this book because wow, this is my childhood. This is my child. I love this book. I'm going to keep this book right here because I'm definitely going to read this book again. So the next book I have here is The Arrow of God. Can you see how this copy is? This is my dad's copy, by the way. The Arrow of God by Chinua Achebe. We are big fans of Chimamanda and big fans of Chinua. My dad loves Chinua Achebe, and this is my dad's copy. Okay, yes. Can you guys see? It says Musa Borough. This is my dad's copy. It's very old. Then we have Things Fall Apart. This also my dad's copy. Yeah, my dad loves Chinua Achebe. Oh my god, I can remember. Can you also? This is my dad's copy. Can you guys see? Oh my god, hold on. Can you guys see? This is my dad's copy. This book since 1983. Wow, 1983. Oh my god, my dad bought it at 2 naira. 2 naira. I'm not kidding you guys. Oh my, hold on. You guys have to see. Can you guys see? 2 naira. Can you guys see? Since 1983. My goodness, this book is even older than me. My god. I remember before I read this book, my dad always talks about Ikemefuna. He talks about Okonkwo, and then they're watching the movies. Oh my god. Now I feel like reading this book all over again. And we have this book, Mission Takala by Mungo Betty. By Mungo Betty. Oh yeah, he's from Cameroon. He's a Cameroonian. This book. I can't remember what happened in this book, but I know I read this book a long time ago, but I can't remember. Oh, this book, we read it not long. This book is The Radiance of the King by Kamaralaye. We read this book in my 200 level, my 100 level. It's a literature book. Yes, it's a good book. He's also from an African country. Let me see if I can actually about the author. Okay, I can't say anything about the author right now, but I know that he's an African author. Then we have Gone Case. Can you see this book? This is my sister's book, Gone Case by Dave Chow. All I can remember about this book is that it's either the book was set in Singapore or the author is from Singapore. One of them. Oh wow, this book is since 2008. I read this book, but I can't remember the story. Yes. The next book I have is Lord of the Flies, William Golden. We read this book in my SS3 literature. Lord of the Flies. Yeah, can you see? Lord of the Flies by William Golden. Oh, I can't remember a few. Let me see. I know there is Raph. The story is for my literature. Remember, there's Raph. There's Piggy. Someone has one of them was using their glasses, and so one of them like destroyed the glasses for the other person, so the person cannot see. And I know someone died, but yes, this book actually puts me in a reading slump. But thank God, since it's literature, the teacher will definitely explain the book, and your friends will also explain the book, and so yeah, that actually helped. But it was a bit boring somehow for me, but it's a good book. The next book I have here is Without a Silver Spoon. This is an old book. Without a Silver Spoon by Eddie Ewell. This is my brother's book actually. The book was since primary school. I can't remember. I know is that the boy wasn't born with a silver spoon, and so he had to suffer. Yeah, that's all I can remember. But then I can't remember anything about the book. I think this was the first book I know that I got to understand what it means to say you were born with a silver spoon or you were born without a silver spoon. So this is one of the books that actually helped me to understand the book. The next book I have here is Hope in Suffering by the late Bishop Desmond Tutu. By the way, I haven't read this book yet. The next book I have here is Dr. Forestis by Christopher Marlowe. This book, we read this book in it's either 100 level, 200 level, because it was in our theater arts course. I can remember, oh my god, my lecturer then, oh my god, he's late now. Like, the way he talked about this book, you just feel like, oh my god. This book, I really enjoyed this book. It's a drama. No, hold on. Oh yeah, the book is a drama. It's a drama. But right now, I can't remember what happened, but I know that I enjoyed the book when I read it. But I can't remember what happened in the book right now. But it's a good book, I know. Another book we have is Iman of the People by Chinua Achebe. It doesn't even have a cover. And Party Got Torn. This is my dad's copy. The book is old. And the next book I have here, oh my god, this book is James Hadley Chase. What's better than money? Hold on, you guys have to see this book. I had to reduce the light so that you guys can actually see it. Me, I'm a huge fan of James Hadley Chase. I will read anything he writes. And by the way, we are born the same day. We are birthday mates. He was born on December 24th, and that's also my birthday. When I saw it, oh my god, I was over the moon. I really enjoyed this book. Like, anytime I read anything by James Hadley Chase, I feel like I can work with the FBI or CIA. Like, this is where you feel like, oh, you can actually investigate crimes. Oh my god, I love James Hadley Chase. I really love James Hadley Chase. I'm his biggest fan. Next book I have is People of the City by Cyprian Equency. Did I read this book? I don't know if I read this book. I think I did, but I can't remember. It's a long time. The next book is Chike and the River. This is old. This is my copy. If you are a Nigerian student and you guys read Chike, this book was in my JS1, and you guys read Chike and the River, please drop a thumbs up emoji. Let me know that you actually read this book. This book is old, so old. The next book I have is Wedlock of the Gods by Zulu Sofola. I love this book. This book is drama. I know I enjoyed this book, but I can't remember what happened, but I know I enjoyed it. Oh, we also have another Chike and the River. We have to. Then we have The Wife's Revolt by J.P. Clark. This is my brother's copy. Actually the wives revolted, and then the men are the ones left to do the cooking. It's a drama. I cannot remember what happened in the book, but I know. I never read this book. But and we have the Incorruptible Judge. The Incorruptible Judge. This is my copy, my brother's copy. Why am I saying my name and my brother's name? What the hell? This book is by D. Olu Olagoke. I know this book was funny. We read this book probably my just one or just two. I know I enjoyed it. And then we have a Kano and the Golden Ring. This is an old book. This book was during this book was, I think, in my primary school. This book was in my primary school because these were the books I was reading. So like usually during holidays we tell my dad to buy us books, and then we'll write the books we want, and then he was buying us these books and they were fun. Yes. And I can remember, so at the end of the books there are other books you can actually, there are other books by other authors. So I'll just pick anyone that I know sounds actually interesting, then I'll write to my dad to buy. So yeah. we have Rich Dad Poor Dad. You guys want to know something? I never got to finish this book. And we have Romeo and Juliet by Williams Shakespeare. You guys know Romeo and Juliet. Do I have to explain it? Then we have Iman for All Season. Should be a school book, but I can't remember. Let me see. It's my sister's notebook actually. Oh my god. This is a woman in her prime. We read this book in my SS1 if I can remember. Yes, we have Pokwa. It's a Ghanaian book set in Ghana. Yeah. Book. And this is also one of my books that I used to read in my primary school. This is Trials of Kelechi. Next book is this book by Sidney Sheldon. Is Windmills of the Gods by Sidney Sheldon. Oh my god, I love Sidney Sheldon. We have The Old Man and the Medal, an old book. Probably this book should be my SS1, I think, or SS2, one of them. And then the last book I will be talking about is Women of Owu. Yeah, Women of Owu by Femi Osofisan. So yeah, it's an old book. It's a drama. I have a hazy memory about the book. All I can remember is that I know there was war, and then the women were all taken as booties of war, and that's why it's called Women of Owu. The Women of Owu. So I have come to the end of my video. If you have been able to watch up until now, please give me the thumbs up emoji. Let me know that yes, you actually stayed up till this minute. Thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my video. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.